Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
The sound. Yeah, these are new returns, so I got to figure out how they look, you know. We're all learning on the fly today. How are we doing? How's T&I?
T&I is amazing. It's a great time to come out and visit T&I. The weather's not too hot yet. The plants are all in full green. If you like to hike, you like to enjoy nature, you need to come out and visit us.
I'm telling you what, let me just break the ice here. I was telling people all day it's the weirdest weather because like in the afternoon it warms up a little bit, but by like 9 or by 11 o'clock, hell, it's cold. I wake up freezing in the morning right now. It's a perfect time to hike.
Very chilly this morning for me, especially too. But yeah, now that the kids are here, by the way, camp has started.
Has it? Oh, here we go.
We have our preschoolers out there this week, so they're all adorable, running around. Everything's new and amazing to them. It's just it's a wonderful sight to see all the kids running around T&I.
And when that's got to be one of those things that keeps you coming back to, just to see that and really seeing, someone's skills really developing with their, learning and critical thinking outside, how it works, all that stuff. Man.
Yeah, it's really cool. We had a preschool program that we ran during the spring too.
Right.
It was once a week, and we had this one little girl who just she just turned 3, and she would cry for like the first 2 hours. It was a 2-hour program. She cried for the first hour and 45 minutes of it.
Sounds like me.
But within 3 weeks, she's like happy to see you, and by the end, but when our program ended, I was Uncle Dave, and hi Uncle Dave,
right.
And it was really cool.
Was it almost Dave where she was like kind of sad that it was over with at that point too?
But she's back for camp this week.
Now that's a testimonial right there. Yeah. So I wanted to, before we go into T&I stuff, I had this news story sitting here. So every day I get a mass email and it sends me some news stories. And by the way, you'll hear these first before you turn on any St. Louis radio station, beating them. I had to bring this up. So officials in California say a wolverine has been spotted out there for the second time in 100 years.
Huh.
Okay, now have you had any wolverines over there?
No wolverines.
Okay, I'm just, because they're popping up in all these places, no one knows where they're coming from.
Maybe people will think that they're the superhero, but that might be as far as it goes.
So Dave, take me through. I just saw this, I gotta ask, just to make sure that we don't have any weird creatures.
Well, we had the black bear sighting 2 summers ago, if you remember.
But now, was that an actual black bear sighting?
I think it was confirmed.
Was it really?
I think it was. Can I back that up 100%? No, but I'm pretty sure I heard it was confirmed.
I have a pretty big dog that's lazy, and I thought, well, if he got out, maybe. All right, so take me through what's happening at the Nature Institute. Man, I love what you guys are doing, especially in the summer. It's just perfect.
Well, of course, camp is the big thing right now, and there are still some slots open, so if you have any kids that are looking for something to do this summer, have them get on our website, thenatureinstitute.org, go to camps and see what's still available. The things we're going to talk about this morning with y'all, though, is we have a couple of new programs that we're really excited about. We've been doing movies outdoors.
I saw that, yes.
Classic flicks for conservation is what we call it. Unfortunately, the first 2 of this season, our April and our May ones, were kind of weathered out a little bit. But this Thursday at 8:30, we're going to be showing a movie out on our lawn in front of the lodge. We've been showing classic films. We've selected The Snows of Kilimanjaro.
That is such a good movie.
Classic Ernest Hemingway story with Gregory Peck and others in that movie. So we got all kinds of other ones excited. In July, we've got A Bug's Life, sponsored by Hainer Library.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. August is One-Eyed Jacks. It's like the one movie that Marlon Brando directed.
Really?
And it's a Western. In September, we've got The Great St. Louis Bank Robbery, based on true events with Steve McQueen. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to, of course, for October, our last one for this season, the classic, awesome movie everyone needs to see if you haven't seen it at some point in your life, Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, yes. Well, and too, so I'm glad you brought this up first. So every Monday, I come on the show and I do the week of events on our community calendar. And what the first one I talked about, because I always do, kind of pick through the ones I like first and then so circle back, was the classic flicks for conservation. We were talking about this yesterday. Now, what does this look like? So it starts at 8:30 p.m., correct?
Correct. So we got a big, 20-foot inflatable screen,
right,
and a projector and all that kind of stuff that goes along with watching a movie outdoors. So people come, bring their lawn chairs. You have to bring your own snacks, that kind of thing. We're asking for donations to support the cause. We've selected for this season, this is our first year doing this, we have full moon hikes, which, on full moon, obviously. We have telescope nights on the night of the new moon. So we chose the nights of the quarter moons for these. Just, as kind of a little gimmick, I guess.
That's actually really cool, though, how you guys plan those out around those other events you have.
So we're asking if you bring us any money you want to bring, obviously.
if you're feeling
if you have
generous.
quarters, bring quarters. Since it's on the quarter moon, and come out and watch a movie. We're purposely choosing public domain movies because it's very expensive to show a movie if you do it right.
No one realizes that. Yeah. Like, just to play music inside your restaurant, you always have someone knocking on the door even wanting that much.
So these are some great old films that, have, for whatever reason, have fallen into the public domain. Most times when you research it, it's just that someone forgot to renew the license, and boom, then everyone has access to it all of a sudden.
Wow.
And so we're showing some of those. Our first movie for the year was supposed to have been My Man Godfrey.
Right.
Kind of
perfect.
on the nose
Yep.
And then we had the second one was Till the Clouds Roll By. It's a musical about the life of Jerome Kern, who's a musical composer.
Was it just rain that kind of...
It was cold, windy, rainy type weather. Yeah. People just wisely didn't come.
Well, so I really like this. So is this really just a nice kind of...
Just a relaxing night to be in nature at TNI, watching a film that maybe you didn't see before because it's not on Disney Plus. Or...
Well, it's a good point. I haven't figured out why they haven't just decided to do what the cable company did in the 90s and just merge into one, become one.
Well, for years, we, at least in my family, we've been saying the cable companies, the satellite companies should just, offer everything a la carte. You should be able to say, I only want this, I only want that. And now we've got that.
And, well,
But, everyone charges the same price for it. So.
Well, and that's true. And I just think the aesthetic of this, man, is so cool because you have this huge screen. You're out in this beautiful reserve. You guys, what you do to really upkeep that takes a lot of work that I don't think we really realize. And it's a perfect way just to sit and relax and enjoy the sights and sounds of it.
And one of our goals would be, because this is something we just don't have right now, but one of our goals would be to be able to move these movies out into our ski range overlooking the river.
Oh, wow.
But we don't have power out there, so that'd be something we would like to see happen maybe in the future if we can make that happen. Run a power line out to the ski range and we could...
that would be really cool.
The front lawn is pretty cool too, but if you could
just see the river right behind you.
Those of you who've been out to see our ski range know what I'm talking about.
And now, with that being said, what are some of these donations? If someone is feeling up to it, they bring $4,000. Hint, hint. What does that go towards?
Most of it goes toward the upkeep of the place. If it helps provide funding for our educational programs,
this is perfect.
Like we're talking about, like camp, and of course it goes to help pay people's salaries and all that kind of stuff that goes on there. So we are a nonprofit, so
that's a good thing for all of us.
Always need all the money we can get.
When it's incentive for us to donate because we can get that back on our taxes next time around too, and that's good.
And we've got QR codes set up at our trailheads. So if you just walk by with your phone, you can scan the QR code, and if you want to make a donation to TNI, we'll gleefully accept it.
Actually, that's a great word, man. And another thing I talked about too was, and I don't want to keep bouncing back and forth here, but I really wanted to ask you about one thing, and that's the Heartland Prairie hike, because I've been reading about this and telling everyone about it. Is this a guided hike as well?
Yes, there are volunteers who are exclusive to Heartland Prairie, and it's like every other Tuesday. They start at 5:30. They offer a guided tour through Heartland Prairie.
That is so cool.
Which is out there. If you don't know where that is, it's by the soccer fields on the other side of the street from Gordon Moore Park.
Yes. And now, with that being said, I buried the lead, and you guys are going to be really mad at me because you're going to have to, if you guys want, zoom in about 10 minutes on this interview, because I just looked down at this really cool flyer. All right. All I'm going to say is that I don't know how this is going to look, but my brain's already formulating one of my most terrifying nightmares, trying to escape nature with Michael Myers chase me. Now, that's not going to happen to you here.
No.
But that's what my mind went to. Outdoor escape room. Take me to this. This is awesome.
All right. So we several of us there at TNI, we're blessed to be able to go to a conference back in November of last year of all kinds of people who do this kind of work. And we went to a thing presented by some people from Minnesota who had developed this concept. So it's an outdoor escape room. So you're not really escaping.
Right. No Michael Myers.
Right. But it is, if you've been to an escape room, it's more of a puzzle challenge.
Right.
So this one that we've developed over the course of several months over the beginning of the year has 5 different modules to it. So and it would take you about 3 hours to 4 hours to do. So it's not only is it a mental challenge, it's also a physical challenge because you're going to be traveling all sorts of places over the property trying to solve all these puzzles.
So it's just going to be on the TNI property,
right?
Correct.
Right.
So no driving.
Right.
Oh, this is great.
Just walking. Yeah. So the concept is there's an evil person called the denaturizer who's set these poison bombs off all throughout the property that, if allowed to explode, will taint the Mississippi River, killing all life from here to the Gulf of Mexico. So you have to find a way to find these bombs and then to dismantle them so that that doesn't happen. That's the premise.
That is really cool. Now, what do we have? Do you guys actually decorate like the makeshift device?
Yeah, there's
Is
props.
there really,
There's
Bob?
props.
Oh my God, this is perfect.
There's props. So yeah, so you basically, without giving too much away, there'll be like some sort of a clue to figure out where you have to go. So then you'll go to that place, and if you're correct, there'll be things there that you have to solve to be able to find the bomb and be able to put it in your collection. And then you'll get a clue to find the next place you have to go to. And then so you'll be trekking all over the property doing this kind of stuff. And then if you get all 5 bombs, then there'll be one last puzzle that will tell you what you have to do to make the bombs nullified. And then, hooray, you won. And
God. I love this. Now, you would be even, just to throw this out there, how great would it be if someone like me couldn't figure out the third bomb, and then you have someone walking around shaming you until you leave?
How about that? But yeah,
shame.
Hitting the gong at the same time. Yeah.
So take me through this. So this is how many 6 stations, and now what?
5 stations.
5 stations. Mm-hmm. But is it like set up to where you aren't walking in a straight line? You're going to be kind of back and forth.
You'll be kind of zigzagging around a little bit.
Right.
You'll be given a map that shows different places that you could possibly go to. And so if you choose poorly, you go to a place, there'll be nothing there. So, oh no, we have to go back to the drawing board, figure out another place we have to go to.
This is awesome.
Mm-hmm. So it's highly interactive. It's set up for groups of between 3 to 8. If you've ever been to a regular escape room, they're usually cramped quarters, and if everyone's trying to spread out, solving stuff at once, that's kind of a bad deal. And so it's a similar thing here. We've got so many spaces we can spread out in, and when you find your module, it's basically in a suitcase. So you open up the suitcase and there's all kinds of stuff inside. So if you had more than about 8 people gathered around a suitcase, it gets crowded. So we have it, limited.
Then
to
the cops come.
Yeah. And they're like, what are you guys doing? We kind of wondered about that because the suitcases all have like level 1 on the outside, like in like a ransom note font, And so when we do one of these, we'll have to hide it out there in the woods, and people might be going by and going, "What is that?" So
no marshals need to be called for this.
Exactly.
One. So what time do these start? Now, is there a date and time? Is this just one day thing?
We've left it wide open. So what we do is you get on our website, find the outdoor escape rooms tab on our website, and then there's a way for you to sign up, and you pick 3 or 4 dates that work for you, and then we'll look at it, make sure it jives with what we got going on. We'll get back to you and say, of your first, second, and third choice, this will work for us, and we'll negotiate it from there.
Well, real quick, I'm going to experiment on the fly here, just because I want to see what I can do, see how much trouble we can cause. This is this. Can see that, but I mean, this is it. I mean, this is really easy. I'm on the natureinstitute.org. You go to the outdoor escape room, and then right here, it has the calendar right here. You pick what you need. I mean, that is really cool, Dave. That is fantastic.
Thank you. We worked hard on it. So hopefully it's popular with people and they like doing it. Like I said, it can be a 3 to 4 hour journey. So plan ahead. Bring water and maybe even a snack or 2 while you're out there, because it's not like most of them are just an hour.
Yeah.
Most escape room places are an hour to get out of it. And, with 5 modules and traveling, you might walk 2 or 3 miles or more in the course of this thing. So yeah, it's a haul, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
And too, what I like is, it's one of those where, it's still, I mean, it's a lot of walking, but it's not rushed, where you can experience with your friends and
myself or another TNI staff member will be with you the whole time. So you're not like on your own. We'll be there to kind of help facilitate, give clues if you get completely stuck, just like in another escape room as well.
Right on.
And so we'll be kind of walking along with you, going from place to place, and we won't give you too much information unless you really need it or you're completely stuck. So like if you do choose a wrong place to go to and you just have no idea where to go next, then we might throw you a bone and say, okay.
All right, listen, we see you limping to the barn over there. You're going the wrong direction. I have a question. Do you think this is easily solvable?
I think so. I've been to several escape rooms myself over the years, and knock on wood, not brag, pat yourself in the back. My group and I have solved it every time. So we try to make it challenging, but not it doesn't require specialized knowledge and things like that. It's not like a trivia challenge or things like that.
You're not going to have anyone going nuclear out there because they can't. No, what's funny is my first escape room experience was a haunted escape room at 6 years old in Tennessee.
Wow.
Okay. Thank God I didn't make it past step one here. So we're out there in this little lobby, and this mannequin on this fireplace mantle starts talking to me, and it was so traumatizing. I still remember everything. I was screaming, running away. Well, it turns out then they have a clown chase you with a chainsaw. So if I made it past the fireplace, I don't think I would have made it out of the building.
I've yet to do one of those type of escape rooms where they come after you, but I've heard of those, and those sound interesting. I'd be willing to try it at some
Not
point.
at TNI, though. We're going to experience the beauty of the place. And seriously, you guys have one of the most beautiful spots, I really think, in our region.
We do. It's really special.
And now, with this escape room, is there any other tidbit things that we need to know? How much does it cost? Things like that?
It's all on our website. I can't remember the price off the top of my head. I should have that memorized.
Well, I got it for you.
It's all right there.
I got it for you. $30 per person for members, $35 for non-members. Group sizes 4 to 8, but 3 to 8 is cool too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And this one is intended for like 16-year-olds and up.
Okay, that's a great question. It's a great question I didn't ask, but I got it eventually. So 16 and up, but if it's like the cutoff, like 15, 16, is it okay?
Yeah, I mean, you'll know your group. You'll know your capabilities, things like that. But we do have ones for children specifically, too. We have a whole bunch of those, too. That's also on our website, Children's Outdoor Escape Room. They're only an hour. You still travel a little bit, but in a much smaller area. And there's all kinds of different topics for this one. So I'll just kind of give you some of the highlights. Animal adaptations, plant animal habitats, plant parts, the planets, food webs, moon phases. It goes all over the place. It's all on our website.
I'm just amazed. What about this? I'll take it over for you. Biomes, parts of the flower, plant adaptations, all those things. Talk about a learning experience in a different way that's not a book in front of you or a screen.
And for these are highly modular, so we can swap out the topic, and still be able to do it. But in this one, the kids have like 5 places to visit, and it's they'll have some questions to answer. And if they get the questions right, that will give them some like numbers that they can then put into like a puzzle to generate a code for a lock. Wow. And if they open the lock, then they can figure out the next place to go to. And so it's much more tight, much more kid friendly.
Gotcha. Well, and two, is this one where the parents can easily just walk around with the child and let them figure it out?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect.
And once again, a TNI staff member will be with the group at all times. So it's not self-led.
And if you guys are still following along, not to cut you off, it's the same sign up. I mean, this is really easy. I've never seen an easier. I love the calendar being right there for you to see because for me, I have to go back and look at my other calendar to go, what day was that on?
And this would be kind of really cool for like a really small birthday party type thing.
I was thinking that too.
Because again, 2 to 8 people is kind of what we want to limit it to. Because again, the more people you have gathered around stuff, you just get in each other's way.
Well, especially too with the younger ones too, and all that numbers.
And being child friendly, it's a lot cheaper for that one too. $10 per person for members, $12 for non-members.
Wow. Well, and hell, even the 30 and 35, that's a really fair rate for any other escape room.
That's kind of the going rate for most adult escape rooms nowadays. Yeah, and you get more for your money, I guess, because you're there for more time. You're there for an hour for a regular escape room, where you're 3 or 4 hours with us.
Absolutely. And I mean, I just think this is great. And is this one, if it goes well, you're going to try to bring this back year after year, or are you just going to one and done this one?
Depending on how it goes with the signups and the public response, we'll probably just keep it open and just do it. Because it's by request, essentially, right? So as long as someone's requested a date that we don't have any other previous engagements, then we'll run an escape room for you.
I love it, man. This is fantastic. And what else is coming down the pipeline we need to hit out real quick?
We got a family camp this year at the end of the summer camp, where we got 2 different dates, the August 11th and August 12th. One is like an evening family camp. One is a morning family camp. Giving families a little taste of what we do during summer camp. Less time involved, but overall lots of cool stuff. Cooking meals over fires and going to play in the creek and all that kind of stuff, but in a family setting. Well,
is this one too where it'd be perfect if maybe the family wasn't sure yet if that summer camp was good for the child? It's a good teaser for next year.
Absolutely,
or taste?
yeah. Hey, this was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Would you like to try that by yourself? Absolutely. And then one last thing, we have something called Messy Play Day, which is on August 26th. It's kind of joint for littler ones to be able to get out there and have a whole slew of activities where you're going to make a mess, and it's okay to make a mess because that's the whole point of
parents are going to love you for that one. Now, do they clean up after at the TNI or at home?
Maybe a little bit of both. Maybe a little bit of both.
Oh my god! So really quick, I wanted to ask you briefly. Going back to the family camp, it includes one meal is included in the registration fee, correct? Mm-hmm. And you have to have a minimum of one parent or guardian for their child to be in this program.
Right.
So it's you and your child for either that morning or that evening, and one meal included.
Yeah, the Friday one is like from 5:30 to 9:30.
Cool.
From the 11th, and the 12th it's from 8:30 to 12:30.
Wow.
So, you know, giving people a little different flavors of different things to do at camp. But both times it's going to be, you know, the meal will be something that you do over a fire. You know,
that is so cool.
Maybe as simple as hot dogs, maybe a foil packet meal. You know, kind of we'll figure that out.
But for me, as a parent or somebody, I mean, I would love for my child, and I'm not a parent, but I just love my child to learn those skills, because it's one of those where you never know if you need to know it, but it's also good to know just in case.
Absolutely.
And so I got to ask you one last time about this messy play day. Is that all for right now? Because you guys have so much going on. We could talk for 2 hours.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's August 26th, 9:30 to 11 in the morning.
I love this.
This is the second or third time we've done that program.
Now, has it been pretty successful in the past?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, you even come out and you get to paint and splash and mud and, you know, all that, water games, all that kind of stuff.
You might have to send the crew out there to film that.
Focusing on ages 2 to 6 years old. So, you know,
that is
younger
even
kids.
better. I mean, that to me, because there's always something, you know, for the little bit older, like the 7 to 10s, but to have something that's, you know, for truly the younger kid is just fantastic out there. And how are you guys kind of maintaining this weird weather pattern? Because it's dry. So how does the Nature Institute kind of combat that?
You know, it's a natural area. We kind of have to let it do its thing. I mean, our stewardship people are out there actively combating the invasives, which is always a problem. So if you go out there, you might hear chainsaws running, and they're taking care of dead trees and taking care of invasives, like I said. But as far as, you know, we have...
There's no control.
It's nature, so you have to kind of let it do its thing. And so, yeah, I think some places, like our lawn, are a little brown like everyone else's.
Right.
But, you know, it's just kind of how it goes. And so it's survival of the fittest, I guess, you know.
There we go. Darwin was right. Hey, I wanted to ask you one last thing, just because it was just coming to me. Whenever it's drier, do those things like honeysuckle take off a little bit? Because I don't know. I just noticed when it's...
That's a good question. I've noticed they're all in flower.
Yeah.
Right now. And so that's one way you can identify it right now, is if you don't know what it looks like otherwise, you see it in flower, you can go get it, you know.
Really fascinating.
But as far as whether they like dryness more or not, I'd have to look that up.
I only ask one good question to Shaw anymore. 1033 for more information about TNI. Really want to, you guys are just amazing.
And all the stuff's on our website, thenaturinstitute.org.
There you go.
You can find it all there.
Look at that. And I'll repeat it, thenaturinstitute.org, and you'll take in all your information. Dave, you guys are just the best. What you guys do is really...
Come out and see us. Come out and see us.
I'll be there soon. Right. 10:33, we'll take a quick break. We'll talk for a little bit, then wrap up this daily show on this Tuesday in the heart of the Riverbend.